Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. So, you guys know I say this a lot, but I try not to get political on this channel just because I want everyone to feel welcome. And but I do have to address the tariffs because it is a current event. So, I have to admit, I haven't, I know a little bit about it, but I just was refusing to read all the literature on it and all the news things on it, just because it's a little it's very overwhelming and it's frustrating and um, lots of emotions about it. But as of April 2nd, from my understanding, they were signed in, however they do that. I'm sure some of you guys are going to say that's not how you do it, but, it is 10 o'clock at night, and I just worked a 12-hour shift, but I felt the need to kind of get this out. So please keep that in mind. But what I did read was that the tariffs are going to come out like one at a time or something, because I saw that there was a timeline for the 5th and the 9th of April as well. They're going to be 10% taxes on all countries and then an additional tax on certain countries. I guess my thoughts on it are at this point, we kind of have to roll with it. I'm trying to understand the thought behind it, and I personally don't. The reason that I say that I don't is because the American infrastructure is not there for us to buy only American. Just a brief history. Basically, around the 70s is when jobs in America really started being sent out to foreign countries, and it was because their labor force was cheaper, and a lot of manufacturing jobs have just kind of gone out and gone out and gone out. Now, that doesn't mean there's no manufacturing jobs in America. There are, but not like there was back in the day. And so if we don't have a way to manufacture the goods in an efficient way, then we can't really buy those products from here. Now, I'm sure all the things that we need probably are manufactured here, but not to the extent that we are used to. And the American people are spoiled. We just are. We are used to getting what we want, when we want it. And most people don't understand, let's take fruits and vegetables. You're supposed to eat fruits and vegetables when they are in season. But you can buy strawberries at any time of the year. And yes, there are strawberries that are grown in America and sent maybe to my local grocery store. But most fruits and vegetables are from foreign countries. And part of that is because people want to eat an avocado when they want to even eat an avocado, whether it's in season where they live or whether it can even be grown where they live. And way back in the day, that just wasn't a thing. You only ate what was local to your region. And we have just kind of a worldwide economy at this point. And I've always been the type where I have always strived to buy local and support local and American made. But at the same time, the way that things have been set up is that it's more cost effective for us to buy things from another country. And so people want to point the finger at Dollar Tree or Amazon, but go to Target, Walmart, Macy's, Kohl's, any big store or even small store, and most of the products are not from the US. They are from another country. And that's just the way that it is. Now, if you want to make it so that America has the same manufacturing power as it did, let's say, in the 50s, that takes time. You cannot basically deplete the assembly line of America that it was and then say, well, tomorrow we're starting up again, even though it's been, what would that be? I can't do the math. Like 60 years, 70 years, whatever it is. I'm trying to do the math, but again, guys, I'm tired. So it's going to take time. But as far as the tariffs, we're just going to have to roll with it, guys. Like, as of right now, it's more like, I feel like we're all like, okay, how's this all going to pan out? And people are really concerned about prices of things because inflation is crazy. I don't care what anybody says, but there is no reason that groceries should cost what they cost. There's no reason that rents and mortgages and electric and water and basic staples should cost what they're costing, and we're going to have to be paying more now. Something like it's not okay. It's not okay with me. And I also want to point out corporate greed. I've talked about this in some of my videos. Like, part of the reason why manufacturers went to other countries, as I said, was because the labor force was cheaper. But in a lot of foreign countries, they do not have the same regulations that they do in maybe Europe or even the US, where children are working on those assembly lines. People are beaten and mistreated. Like, it's been well documented in, let's say, the clothing industry in third world countries. They have children doing the work, and workers are severely mistreated and paid basically nothing. And we get our clothes from there. And so we are being complicit in that behavior. And that's a whole big, thing. And I have talked about that some, but you have to keep that in mind. We want people to be paid fairly and treated appropriately. And that definitely needs to happen. So with corporate greed, they were getting a cheaper labor force, and then that helps with their bottom line. But then they're still not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like a whole big thing. But they're way upping the price. I had a conversation with someone the other day, and we were talking about how Forever 21 was going out of business. But then I pointed out that Forever 21 is cheap crap too. Like, it's not like they were high-end clothes. So people give people a hard time about buying from Temu or Shein. And I get Shein does steal designers' brands, like artisans, you know what I mean? And that's totally wrong. But let's say that they just produce a top. Shein or Temu produces a top, and I can buy it for $2, and it's made in wherever, sweatshop factory. I can pay $2 for it, or I can buy it from Forever 21 for $25. It still was made with the blood, sweat, tears, and mistreatment of those individuals, but the corporation is charging $23 more. So do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're like making American-made ethical clothing, and it's not good. So I've got a lot of feelings. So I know this video is all over the place, but you guys know when I'm feeling passionate about something, I'm all over the place. And again, like, I'm sure that the reasoning behind it seems solid to some people, but I'm just concerned. I'm just being real. I'm just concerned with what's going on, and yeah. And because it is a current event, there are protests planned on April 5th all over the country. Now, I am not encouraging anyone to go to a protest. I am not encouraging anyone for civil unrest or anything like that, but that is a current event. There are people that are angry enough, confused enough, want answers, want to know where this is going, that they are protesting it. And that is a right that we have as American citizens to do so. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out on that. So I'm sure people are frustrated about this. I mean, how could you not be? But again, it's not just, I'm trying to word this in a good way. This is not a Trump problem. This is a systemic governmental issue in the U.S. that we have had, as I said, for a long, long time, like long before I was around. My parents were born in 1968 and 1969, respectively, or how do you say that? Respectively. You know what I mean. One of them was born in 68 and one of them was born in 69. And they were babies when these decisions were being made. So the decisions of today didn't just start with one person's ideas. These started a long time ago, guys. And I wouldn't have agreed to have all these manufacturing jobs moved. And I'm sure the people, when it started happening in the late 60s, early 70s, I'm sure people were not happy about it then either. And so the best thing that we can do is stay informed, express ourselves, vote, and, just do the best that we can. And I always tell you guys to stay informed, and a lot of times I'm like, I don't really know, like, all the details. And that's just because, but I have a lot on my plate, so, I'm doing the best that I can. And I do read up on stuff, and I do try to stay informed. But I am not an expert in, I've told you guys, I'm not an expert in anything. I'm really like a jack of all trades. If you want to get into I would be the girl that you would want on your Trivial Pursuit team. I know a little bit about a whole heck of a lot, but anyway, I'm not an economy expert. Not a tariffs expert. I'm not a political expert or anything like that. These are just things that I'm thinking, and I'm sure you guys are thinking too. And remember, guys, I'm saying this with all due respect. I don't know what's going to happen or how things are going to pan out, or what the true thought process is, and if it is or isn't going to be beneficial to us. And when I say us, I mean me. Is this going to be beneficial to me? In my life and my pocketbook and the betterment of my life? And I just don't know. So you guys don't have to agree with what I'm saying, and that's okay, but basically I'm just expressing some feelings, and because it's current events, I felt the need to discuss it. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you got something out of this video, or at least saw me acting a little feral. That's always fun. I know some of you guys just come for that. But okay, guys, until next time. Oh, wait. Please consider subscribing to my channel. If you did not know, I have an Instagram, The Frugal Life with Mercedes. And until next time, guys, bye.